Hello everyone, and welcome to the Medicine Wolf YouTube channel. Thanks for tuning in. As you can see, I'm out walking, and this is how I start my day every day. Doesn't matter what the weather is. And it helps me clear my head, and I think it's often an underappreciated activity is getting out and walking and just kind of seeing what comes up, seeing what kind of things float to the surface. Because if you're running around and you're busy all the time, you're not going to get that opportunity. But when you're out walking like this, you're going to have minimal distractions and let things float up. So before we jump into more of that, this is my view. You can see my dog Pliskin. He's a golden husky. He's 13 years old. And we do about between 4 and 6 miles every morning. He's still super active. And I feel very fortunate because he's a bigger dog. And I was thinking about taking him on the trip to the Arctic Ocean. But at the end of the day, I decided not to for various reasons. There's a bunch of border crossings and into Canada, into Alaska, back into Canada, back into the US. And it's a long time in the car for him. So decided that I'm going to put him with a dog sitter that he knows from my time in southern Utah. He loves going there, and so I'm pretty happy about that. I'm sure he'll be happy about it. My original dog sitter moved, unfortunately, to Texas. Not sure why, but she did. Otherwise, that would have been an easy decision. So, and it's a long time to be gone. So I wanted to get him someplace where he knew he was comfortable, because it's a long time. And my dog is my kid, so it's a big consideration. Yeah, so when you're out walking, it's interesting that the things will come up. For me, it's thinking about how I'm feeling, because I've got 3 fractured ribs, and staying in tune with that, not overdoing it, but not underdoing it either, which usually is not going to be a problem for me. I'm going to more likely overdo it at the end of the day. It's been 2 weeks. 2 weeks, and at the end of the day, I am pretty happy where I'm at. I mean, you don't know how bad I want to get on my motorcycle and ride. It's 75, 80 degrees, perfect riding weather. And unfortunately, I'm pretty grounded at this point. I don't like being limited in what I can do, as I'm sure lots of you don't either. So I'm thinking to myself, well, what can I do to utilize this time? That, I'd normally be out doing mountain biking or some, extreme hikes or riding, obviously. I said, well, I can shoot some videos, and I can learn how to use my camera gear. 3 more weeks exactly from today, where I have to get on that bike and ride 174 miles. I can do this kind of stuff. I can do some easy walking / hiking. So my mental state is pretty good considering my injuries, I would say. Yesterday afternoon, I felt like I didn't even have an injury. If I sleep, that's where it really hurts the most, is getting up in the morning. I have to sleep at an angle. If I slide down, which I'm prone to do, then it hurts. It hurts and I wake up sore, which is not good. I'm off all medications, thankfully. Not even taking ibuprofen. The only thing I'm going to do at this point is put some arnica or some gel over my ribs before I go to bed. So that's all I really need to do at this point. So today I want to go over my gear that I'm taking, what suits I'm taking, and I have a little surprise as far as my helmet is concerned. My friend Tony in Las Vegas is an artist, and he put a really, really cool design on my helmet, custom painted it to match my bike. And I'm really stoked about that. He sent me a picture of it, and I'm gonna keep you guys in suspense because I don't have the helmet yet. So you kind of got to see the whole package. You got to see the helmet with the bike. I've never custom painted a helmet before, and I'll put a link to his information in the description below in case any of you want to have your helmet painted. The other thing on this trip that I haven't tried before is the intercom system. So as those of you who watched my last video, I am being followed by a car of 3 of my friends who also want to go on the trip but don't ride. So they're going to have an intercom system in their car, and I'll have one on my helmet, and so we can communicate to each other. And I got a drone this week, which have never had. So I'm excited about that. I've seen some of the things it can do, so I'm kind of learning how to work that. So maybe, just maybe, the next video we'll have some drone footage. Not of the Arctic Ocean, we're not there quite yet. 3 weeks away, but we can get some stuff around my place and show you some of the beauty where I live. So why the Arctic Ocean? Why is this such a bucket list trip? You may be asking yourself, if you ride or even if you don't ride. Well, it's the northernmost drivable road in the world. And ever since I've been riding motorcycles, I've seen videos of people doing this and going up this road it's called the Dalton Highway, which is 438 miles. 70% of it is dirt. You have to have the right bike, the right tires. And I've seen some YouTubers go up there and do it. And I'm like, okay, this is what I want to do this year for my big adventure. The other reason I'm not taking a dog is because they don't allow them at Dead Horse, which is the northernmost point, because of polar bears. That's another thing that I've never seen, never thought I'd see, and maybe won't see them, and that's fine. But I guess it's a big enough threat. So yeah, the Arctic Ocean is one of those things that it's just always been a bucket list thing. And I think for motorcyclists, it's a bucket list thing. And I do intend to jump in the ocean. That is going to happen. The people that I am traveling with say they will too. It's about 30, 31 degrees. That's not bath water, for sure. And I'm excited. I'll be there for about a millisecond, but I'm going to do it. I'm not going all that way to not do it. We're going to go down. We're going to hit Denali. We're going to hit some of southern Alaska, the Kenai Peninsula, and just kind of wing it. Consider this a prelude to the Arctic Ocean, if you will. So now I'm going to go through some of my gear, and one thing to keep in mind is when you're going to Alaska, it's going to be colder temperatures. It's going to be wet, so you have to have stuff that's going to keep you dry. You have to have some base layers, which I'm going to be taking some merino wool type of base layers for both my top and bottom. And when you come back into the States, it could be dry, it could be hot, you could be up in the 90s potentially. So you have to kind of be prepared for all types of weather when you're going on a trip like this. So keep that in mind as I'm going through my gear. All right, let's get started. So the first item is a charging brick. It's got all the cables here. I think they call it a power brick. So you can charge anything if you run out of batteries. It's a great thing to keep in my tank bag in case any of my cameras or anything run out of batteries. This is a 5 terabyte hard drive, and LaCie makes this, LaCie, and it's kind of the rugged version, so it's good for trips and things like that. I'll be dumping a lot of my video onto this to save it. This is a tire plug repair kit. I have never traveled with a tire plug repair kit ever. And yes, you can say that's not smart. And yes, I'm aware it's not smart. That's why I'm now traveling with that, and I know how to plug a tire, or at least I think I do. I also carry a pump that kind of attaches to the power pigtail off my battery, so I can pump up, and I will go over that in the next video when I go over all my bike gear. This is also something new I've never done. These are some Klim socks here, and they're pretty thick. You can see they're pretty thick and feel pretty warm. Because you can see the boots that I'm taking are, they're pretty tall, so they're going to come up to above boot level, which should be great, almost to my knees, it looks like. So I'm excited about these. This is a Buff. I kind of got turned on to this a couple years ago in Canada. I was riding with my friends Mona and Glenn, and they both had one, and it's good for having air kind of get down inside your jacket to wear it around your neck, and you can do a lot of things with it. You can put it on your head as a bandana, but just wearing it around your neck, and it also helps with your jacket, and so your jacket isn't rubbing against your neck. So this is a great thing to have. This is my drone. So this is the DJI Mini Pro 3. I got this used, so I was pretty excited to get it because it's supposed to be a great beginner drone. I've flown it just a little bit, and so far so good. This is the controller it came with. I'm actually got an order in for one that has the screen right on here, so I don't have to use my phone. I think it'll be a lot easier. This is a phone mount for this time to kind of screw on here, screw on the tripod, and if you want to use your phone for video, you can. These are protective cages for the DJI Osmo Action 5. I've got 2 of them. One of them I'm using right now. I'm filming with it. I will show you at the end, along with a shoulder harness. This is my other DJI Osmo Action 5. So I have 2. I'm going to put one on the handlebars, and I'm going to facing me, and then I'm going to have one on the chin mount of my helmet. This is a battery pack here. DJI makes this. Shows you you can keep 3 batteries charged in here. Super handy, especially when you have 2 cameras. This is my GPS. This is the Garmin Zumo XT. This is the version 1, not the version 2. I've had good luck with this. Pretty bright screen, and it's great for navigation. I think it works super well for what it is, super weatherproof as well. These are my boots. So these are the Corazal Adventure. And these are great boots. I've had no problems. I've done several big trips in them so far, and everything has gone well. Obviously, you want your boots to be waterproof, and they have really done a great job so far, and my feet have never gotten wet in them. So they're great. They're Alpenstar makes these. I'll put all the links to the gear down in the description. These are earplugs. You never want to leave home without these on a long trip. I'm a big stickler for earplugs. I play in a band. I ride a lot, and so taking this is going to be really imperative because there's a lot of wind noise, and I get noise fatigue if I don't use them. So that's going to be fun. And these are my climb gloves. These are Gore-Tex. So these are great for wet weather. They're going to keep you dry. They're not the warmest, and they're not the coolest. They're kind of in the middle. So it's kind of a nice, if it's in the 50s, somewhere in there, if it's a little rain, can use that. These are my heated gloves. You can see there's a plug right here, and these are gonna plug into my heated vest, which I'll show you in a second. And these are really warm. So if you're down in the 30s, wet weather, they're also waterproof, which is great. These are super warm. So these gloves are heated along with the vest. And then these are my warm weather gloves. So I'm going to be taking 3 pairs. So these are Revits. They've been great. I have no issues with them. So I'm going to be taking that as well. This is the Gerbing heated vest, or heated jacket, I should say. It's got long sleeves. These are the controls, or the plugs that go into the controller, that you can dial up how much heat you want, and one goes to the gloves that I just showed you. And actually, that's not true. They both go to the controller, and the gloves come out of here. And then you can dial on the controller how much you want to put to your gloves, how much heat you want to your gloves, how much heat you want to your jacket. And they're right there. So this thing's great. This thing keeps you really warm. So I'm definitely going to be taking it for this, because you can get some really cooler temperatures. Next up, we have Klim Latitude. So this is my main touring jacket. It's not super ventilated, so it's more of a shoulder season kind of a jacket. And you can see it's super well built, great construction, lots of pockets. I love this. I've worn this for probably 5 or 6 really, really long distance trips. It's Gore-Tex as well, so you don't have to worry about putting any gear on over yourself to keep yourself dry, or under yourself. So this is a great all-around jacket without worrying about anything. If it gets too hot, I'm taking another suit, which I never have done before. I've always only taken 1 suit. So now I'm taking 2 because I have the car, so I can keep an extra suit in there. But this is my go-to suit, and these are the Klim Carlsbad pants. I didn't get the Latitude because they were out of them when I went to buy it. I bought this in 2018, I think. Still in great shape. Yeah, super great pair of pants. Again, not the coolest ones ever, but they do have zip vents just like the jacket that can cool a little bit here, which is kind of nice. And they're also Gore-Tex. So these are a great pair of pants and my go-to for most of the touring that I've done. And now we're on to the second suit. This is the infamous Climb Marrakesh, the jacket that I had my accident in. This is a great lighter weight kind of jacket for warmer weather. So when I come back down into the States from Canada and it gets really warm, I can switch out my suit. And this is what I would go to. The only thing about this one, it's not waterproof, it's water resistant. So if you get caught in a really soaking rain, you're gonna get wet. So I'll have to carry an over jacket that's waterproof so I don't get wet and it doesn't soak through. But this just feels great. It's not that heavy and really a great warm weather jacket. So for what I can do is if let's say I have this Marrakesh on and it's a little chilly, but I don't really want to change into my other full suit that's Gore-Tex. I can put this thing on. This is a wind shirt. This is the Climb Zephyr. And this is gonna stop the wind from penetrating. So anything that goes through the jacket, this is gonna stop. So it gives you a little bit more range of temperatures that you can do while you're riding. So I've never worn this before, so I'm excited to give it a try. I've heard great things about it. So we'll see how it goes. And this, and you can see the tags are still on it because I haven't worn them. This is the Marrakesh pants. I was really debating what pants to go with the Marrakesh jacket. But ultimately I decided to go with the Marrakesh pants. They feel great. Really feel like the jacket. Super comfortable. So I'm really excited to try these out in some of the warmer weather. And they also have the D30 Ghost Armor, CE rated level 1 armor. You can put level 2 in here if you want. There's a couple other pieces of gear that I want to point out. This is the Mic 2. This is Bluetooth. You can use it with your phone. You can use it for the Action 5 camera. Really, really good. Has a little windscreen on top. Great audio quality. This will run you about $100. This is the chest mount. Goes around and mounts right here. So you get like that first person view. So this is great for when you're, walking, hiking, things of that nature. And then with the Adventure Combo, this selfie stick came with it and extends to about 5 or 6 feet. And you have the tripod at the end that you could screw into, which actually really makes it a nice, versatile combo there. As always, please like and subscribe if you found any of this video helpful or useful. And always remember to blaze your own path.